Hi! So episode 1, we're going to be painting Cancun Dream. It is a painting of my favorite spot in Cancun where we spent our last vacation. There's also a video of that area so you can see exactly what it looks like when the waves are crashing over the rocks. So it's a beach scene and we're going to have a lot of fun. So get ready to paint! And I need some color on that canvas. So let's see what we've got. I've got a little Acrylic. Just gonna set up my palette and then I'll show you everything I have on there. Definitely need some Payne's Gray. Payne's Gray. This is a Rumbacher. You can listen. Payne's Gray. I go really slow, so even if you followed along, you'd probably be fine. I tried to do a live Bob Ross, and it was a hot mess because I can't move as fast as he does. So, we also need some brown. I'm going to use some burnt umber, and I'd like some nutmeg brown. This one's brand new. So this is just apple barrel matte acrylic paint, quick dry. So it's not fancy, but I had ordered some flesh tones on the internet and they came in this kind of paint. So this is one of my flesh tones. It's going to be a beach tone. Oh my goodness. Hi sis, my sister Sharon's watching and Svetlana's online. And Ryan Pudger, what are you painting, Lisa? A picture, the reference photo is up in the corner. I'm doing one of the scenes from Cancun. So, this is my first live and I'm disorganized and I don't know what I'm doing. Eventually this is going to be seamless and like a really cool show. I think I need some phthalo. Phthalo blue is one of my favorite freaking colors. You can tell it's almost gone, but I use my paint until the last drop. If any real artists are out there who have any helpful hints, feel free to watch and leave a message. Hope you're recording it, then you can edit it and do YouTube channel. This is live, but I'm gonna make lots of them. They're not mistakes, they're just happy little accidents. Isn't that what Bob says? Oh, I should show you my palette. Okay. To the other camera? This camera? Okay, these are the colors I have. And I'm going to have some more. Right now I'm using my phthalo blue because, again, it's my favorite color. And I think it makes a gorgeous ocean. This isn't going to be the most exciting thing you've ever seen. What I might do is some easier paint night type examples of paintings that I can show people how to do and they can do their own paint and sip at home. You can sip, you can puff, you can pig out all in your own home while you're painting with Lisa. Wouldn't that be great? Oh my goodness, Carla! Nope, she's not talking to me, she's talking to Lincoln. Not mistakes, they're your style. Oh, I'm mixing a little bit of that first blue with the phthalo. I'm just cutting out my big rock here. Stop that there, because under here it gets all foamy and white. See? Right up. Oh, my tech guy abandoned me. How do you like that? I don't know where he went. He's supposed to be here to run the lights and sound and shut everything down when I say cut, because I don't know what I'm doing or what to say anymore. So y'all have big plans for Valentine's Day? We kind of did our Valentine's Day in Mexico last week. But I'm making Bart a super secret present. And it is not a painting. It's Very challenging for me, and I have my friend Shelly helping me with it. What are you guys doing? You going out? Kara! Hi Kara, you're watching. This is my new YouTube show. It is my first live ever. I don't know what I'm doing. And they're gonna get better. So right now I'm just working on this painting of a water scene from Cancun. We were visiting these Mayan ruins of an ancient temple, and we were even able to climb up on them, and this is the water and the rocks down by that ruin. We had a gorgeous, gorgeous day up there. Let's color that in. We're gonna get brush strokes going in the waves of the waves and all kinds of interesting things. But first I like to get the main colors down, and then I go back. The water was so crystal clear and bright. I just could not get over it. Cancun is my new favorite vacation spot. Out of all the places that I've ever been in the world, I had the most fun on that vacation. Just me and my sweetie. Playing in the sun all day. I'm actually really, really tan right now. This might not look really, really tan to some of you, but for me, I'm dark. Okay, you know what we need next? I gotta rinse my brush off. And I think we're gonna switch over to the brown. And I need another color. This one. Khaki. It's for the sand. Okay. So YouTube doesn't let me have music, so we can't all listen to my playlist together. But I was thinking what I might do in the future is put my headphones in so I can listen to my music, and I'll still talk to you, and eventually I might throw out a random lyric and you'll have to guess what I'm listening to based on how horribly I butcher that song and share it with you. You're like, God, no, it's going to be Lisa karaoke painting. You never know. You never know. It's okay if that blue bleeds down a little bit because it's just looking like a shadow. And it's kind of like blending into like a greenish color a little bit. And that's okay because that could be like moss. I double dip my brush in 2 different paint colors at once and then stroke it out. This dark brown isn't even dark enough. I think I need a little bit of this Payne's gray. It's like practically black. But we're really in shadow right here, so. To say, do you have any questions for me? Hi Terry, how you doing? Oh Sean, I'm gonna be the next Bob Ross. I'm gonna get a big curly wig for my next live broadcast. I'm not, but I think I could pull it off. I could do an afro and rock it, don't you think, guys? And my reference photo, this is going to be a really loose interpretation because I don't feel like making an exact picture. When I'm doing portraits, you got to be exact because it's got to look like Aunt Martha or whoever. You know what I mean? But none of y'all were at this beach. So I could pretty much make it look like whatever I want. Dark and light. I wonder if my husband went upstairs to watch me on his computer. Hi Dion, how are you? I'm starting something new. I'm learning how to live broadcast, and when I know what I'm doing, this is my very first time, I'm gonna be super organized and work through paintings, maybe do some paint night style easy ones in the future if people want to follow along, if there's an interest in that. Back up to this rock. Art said he didn't know why I'd want to stop and look at what I've done so far. I was like, are you kidding? I gotta see what kind of weird faces I'm making, which is a lot, because I have like a Jim Carrey face that's overly expressive and turns to rubber, and I make weird faces when I'm talking. I've noticed. Have you noticed that I make weird faces when I'm talking? Bart, you're supposed to be down here. Hi, Laura. I love you. Hope you're having a good day today. So, here's a cool story. I was looking at art on Pinterest because I wanted to learn more how to paint with a palette knife. So, I was looking at examples of palette knife painting in Impazzo. And I came across this artist named Matthew Snowden. You should look him up. He's super famous in all kinds of museums, and I love his work. He does a lot of beach scenes and uses palette knives and really thick paints, and it was super cool. I was so impressed that I shot off a fangirl email, which I've never done to anyone before in my lifetime, and just kind of, you know, told him that I'm self-taught and that I'm trying to learn from the masters and I want to copy some of his stuff, and he's right up there with some of my other favorites like Van Gogh and a local artist named Talia Johnson. Maybe she'll watch. So, anyway, I sent off this email to Matthew Snowden, and he got right back to me, which totally surprised me. I wasn't expecting to hear anything from anybody. And he was very gracious and wished me luck in my future endeavors and thanked me for the compliment. And I just thought that was really, really cool and down to earth, because he certainly did not need to take the time to talk to some nobody chick who sent him an email. Okay, this is dark. All down here. A little more Payne's Gray. Oops, that's a lot of Payne's Gray. I'm going to see what I can do about that. There we go. We'll lighten it up a little bit. I do a lot of my mixing of colors right on the palette. It's kind of dark on the top and sandy on the bottom. And a little lighter up here. Look at all the people watching. Hi, Audrey. Okay. Still painting. Where am I? I gotta go get new glasses. Should be wearing something right now, but I'm vain. That, and they don't really work very well anyway. I need new ones. So, why look like a big nerd if I can't see anyway? I really like the way this looks. I'm trying to figure out my own style still, you know? I got like this. Depends on the project I'm working on. We'll see what this one ends up like. I don't like this part right here. I need to do something with that. It looks too cartoony. You know? We're gonna add some cool whites. Can't wait to get to the water. That's gonna be the funnest part. I need gray. Don't you think I need a little light gray? If I can't find a light enough gray, I can always mix my white and my Payne's Gray. Get just the right color. because I'm too cheap to open my next box of paints. I want to use up all my scrappy crap first. Oop. Here's the color I'm looking for. This is neutral gray number 5. It's a heavy body Liquitex. This is nice paint. I've got some fancy paint and I've got some cheap paint, and depends on what I need and how much money I had that week. Hi, Brittany! Haven't seen you in a long time. So I got another viewer. My friend Brittany's watching. Get a little white mixed in with that gray, because that's still too dark. A little white up here. A little white up here. And this dark spot, and then this is kind of like a rock here. Let's see what we're gonna get, huh? Bart, if you're watching from upstairs, I'd like you to come back down here. You've abandoned me. So I need a bigger reference photo. I have this thick fat canvas here that it has the sides that you have to paint too. I always paint all around the edges because I think it looks cooler. And if it's a regular canvas that you would frame, you want to paint around the edges a little bit, I think, because when they take it off for framing, it might not go all the way around, so I just think it should go all the way around. So that's what I do. Because again, it's nature, and nature's ever changing. So who's to say it doesn't look exactly like this right now? Ah, I just painted the camera stand. Everything in my studio gets covered with paint. My easels are covered. I use a music stand as an easel for smaller projects a lot of times. Or my friend Carla uses it when she paints with me. And that's covered in paint. Make the light now. This is where the light is shining. So that's kind of brighter. And the light is also shining down here. I'm going to make that a little whiter. And there's light shining here. Not too much light though. Smush that. I can use my fingers or whatever I find around me. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for watching. I know I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I appreciate your support. Oh, wait. Could you clean me give me fresh water? Thank you. Hey, so I wanted to work on my painting a little bit more. Okay, now I'm really ready. So I've got my jams on. And you can guess what my playlist is. Maybe, if I throw out a lyric here or there. You never know. So, I'm just gonna go real slow. Maybe this is soothing for you. Like Bob Ross used to be so soothing for me. I don't know, there's something about the landscapes, maybe. Maybe it was his voice. Maybe it was the hair. But he was very soothing. And I got to watch him on the days when I stayed home sick from school. So that was usually very comforting for me. Gotta lighten that up a little bit. Sky. What else we gotta do? Oh, we gotta do this cool freaking water. I added some turquoise, premium glitter acrylic paint. I didn't realize it was glitter, but that's what we got going on here. Just a little bit, because it's mixed in with the other colors. And this is white. In case you didn't know, it's titanium white. I'm listening to my girl Shakira. So sometimes it's in English and sometimes it's in Spanish. Not all the songs have English versions, but they're still so good. I listen to them anyway. So I'm going back to the original blue, not phthalo. Which one was it? Killing me, Bart. It's reminding me that I'm live and I'm not just getting to paint. Carillion blue hue. See? I could show you on this one. It's probably better. Doesn't matter. I told you what it is. So that's what I'm doing. And that's mixed with something that just says light blue on it. Some paint that I had. You just look at the picture and maybe follow along with what I'm doing. Well, this is not an exact representation, obviously. This is my interpretation of. I had originally planned to do the water thing here. I don't know. We're doing our thing now. Paintings change sometimes right in the middle from what you originally thought. So that's what happened here. But anyway, I like what I got going on. I see something coming. Okay, I just mixed white with my khaki tan. I think it needs to be more sunny than, that's almost flesh toned. That's not working for me. So I'm going to change that color. I'm going to add a little cadmium yellow deep hue. Right there. Some Liquitex. Just a touch of that on my palette, which looks like this. The thing I don't like about the apple barrel paints on a palette is their more runny, and this is a stay wet palette. But anyway, this is what it looks like. Okay. So, gotta get a little of this golden light in here. I don't know if yellow's the answer. Well, these are my flesh tone browns. That's probably why it's coming out flesh toned. So we're gonna add some yellow. I got a couple of brushes going here. I have my water brush still loaded with paint, and I like the way it's loaded, but I put the water down for a minute. And then I have my earth tone yellow land brush, bronze yellow on my brush with the white. This is what we're gonna get here. I think this is a little better. We're kind of mixing colors as we go. Now I'm gonna go back to my blue paintbrush. Put that brush down. I gotta get the rock in underneath it though, you know what I mean? I completely leave my reference photo behind. I'm trying to bring it back now. Hang on a second, folks. I'm mixing Payne's Gray with burnt umber to get a darker shade. And I'm gonna put it right over here, kind of represent that flat rock. See, this picture is not to scale, and I'm not doing everything that's in it. So it is an artistic interpretation of that photograph. I have to remind myself of that all the time, because sometimes I get into exactism and I want to duplicate a photograph, because sometimes that's what people want. And I've commissioned photographs or done commissions that were specific, represent this photo, and they're still artistic representations, trust me. But this is a landscape, so got some water coming across this rock. It's kind of gray, isn't it? No, it just looks gray on the screen. It's not. It's a light blue. I need to add more white though, because it's kind of frothy coming down. I like it kind of, the paint kind of thick there. I don't know, can you see what I'm doing? I don't think so. Babe?
What?
Oh yeah, you can see it. Just have to move the camera back a little bit. I am working way down in this corner of the picture, but still, just because it's the corner doesn't mean it's not important. Really interesting things happen in the corner sometimes. Dipping my blue paintbrush in this brown paint right now. And I'm gonna get a little more earth showing through of this rock. Maybe I better get the other brush out. Got a roll of paper towels here so I can wipe off my brushes. When I rinse them, and wipe them off again. They kind of all got a little muddy together. So I'm gonna start them over. My 3 main brushes that I'm using. This one's so old the numbers rubbed off. But it's bright, I believe. And it's a kind of a fat one. Can't see it. Now you can see it. And this says it's just says a half on it. And this one is a number 3. Bright. So I got 2 brights and then like this square top one. And I think this is called a bright. Remember, you know, I'm just learning. Now we got more blue. I guess this is my blue brush. I'm getting my light blue mixed with cerulean blue. Ah, that's too dark. Let's mix it with the white. Lots of white. There we go. Swirl that around. I'll show you what I'm doing on my palette. I'm mixing the cerulean and the light blue with the white. And I got a all globby on my brush, loaded with different colors. Some kind of gray. I need more teal because this water had a turquoise teal look to it. Is Fluid Acrylics Cobalt Teal Hue. Fluid Acrylics because that's what I happen to have. But I really want this color. Otherwise, I wouldn't choose it for this project. I was using it for a pour that I did a long time ago. Well, can't be too long ago. I've only been painting for what? This is really thin paint, so a little bit doesn't go very far. There we go. Just gotta put it on thick. If I want that color, put it on thick, or I gotta wait for things to dry. I hate doing that, so I'll usually get it out of a blow dryer and make things dry at my speed or closer to it. That's the reason I like Gotta use acrylics because I'm not patient enough to use oil because it takes so long to dry. And I want to get to that next level, that next stage. That's how I paint. So, acrylic is usually my medium of choice when painting. Although, my last painting was a watercolor. I've just started playing with watercolor this year. For the first time, like, ever. So, it's pretty fun. Uh-oh, I need more of that teal. Cobalt teal hue. More of that teal color. Dripping it directly on my brush. I don't know what the heck's going on over here. And I'm gonna start adding some more white. Where is the white? I have some on my palette, but I want to add more. I got a teensy tiny bit left in this bottle. Or tube. So I'm gonna squeeze that out. So I gotta use it every last drop. I'm squeezing it out right now. If you're wondering what I'm doing with my arms, I am squeezing every last drop of this paint out. Because I am a thrifty girl. And where'd that lid go? Not that I need it for the paint that's no longer in the tube, but I get to I lose lids all the time. So when I throw a good tube of paint away, a good empty tube of paint away, I try to save the lid because I know there's another tube of paint that's full that doesn't have a lid on it, and I got it rigged up somehow so it's not getting dry. But a lid would be better. Okay. Oh, I was getting some white paint. And I'm getting a new brush. I don't know what kind of brush this one is. It says it's a number 8. And I think it's the same shape I like a whole lot. I think it's a bright. I'm just dipping it straight in the white. Got this. And then I got this. Oh. Now I'm back to my girl Shakira. This is totally not even any English words in this song, but I still love it. She's singing about mojitos and bonitos. I understood that. Wipe it off. Put it back in the white. It got a lot of blue mixed in it. Didn't even have much white anymore. Alright, you know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to stop for a while or get out my blow dryer. And that would sound absolutely terrible for you. so I'm gonna have to stop for a while. So I should talk to you this way and tell you that again. I'm gonna have to stop for a while because the paint is very wet and it's mixing too much. So I need to let it dry a little bit. And it's Happy Friday. I'm gonna have a little time, so I'm gonna work on my painting. And I thought I'd let you watch. So if you were watching before, you remember this painting is of a scene from our recent trip to Mexico. So we're just having some technical difficulties. I bet everyone can hear everything just fine, I'm sure. I'm gonna put some music on. Just for me. But you know what I like. You know what? I feel like a little patchouli. Because I love that stinky stuff. We may eventually get a palette cam too, so you can see my palette that I keep down in this area where you see me focusing often. We're still growing. So I had to throw out my Stay Wet palette because I forgot to put the lid on it, and it's not going to stay wet without the lid. So I'm using a regular one, and I'm starting again with the colors. This is just a Liquitex acrylic color basics, and I can't see the color to read it anymore, but it's light blue, folks. I'm gonna squirt some on my palette. I'm also going to put some Cancun blue hue and a couple of drops of this turquoise acrylic paint. What is everyone doing tonight? It's Friday night. Are we all staying home? Are we just not going out yet? It's still early. It's really early still. I'm painting the crest of the waves. In the area here where it's lighter, I'm making it drip down. Okay, I'm going to take some of the lightest blue for wave crests. And they'll be tipped with white after this, because they're too green. I'm liking the way this is coming out. I'm loading my brush with multiple colors. I don't know if you can see that very well. Probably not. Let me hold it over here. I think you can see that better. So I've got it loaded. like that. And then I bring it down onto the canvas. Okay, what's going on here with the water? I gotta decide. In this reference photo, well, I can't point to yours. Anyway, there's a lot of water going on. Yeah, there's a lot of water going on in this ocean scene. I need white now. I can't hold it off any longer. Just have to find it. You'd think that'd be, you know, a big tube. But I ran out of my big tube and I had to open a little tiny tube. I need titanium white. I have to go to the paint store. Because I could use this whole darn tube too easily. I'm gonna mix this white with some Liquitex Gloss Super Heavy Gel. Because I want more texture in my white. So I'm mixing that titanium white with equal parts of the medium. You can hear me stirring maybe with my palette knife. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to palette knife. Like seriously, I'm just playing with it for the very first time right now. That's not what I want to do. So, I'm just going to use my paintbrush with this super thick paint and watch some YouTube videos about palette knife painting. And we'll get back to that. Do a lot of the learning as I go. I could put it on thick with a brush. I really wish that there weren't, you know, rules about playing music. You know, I guess that artist has to get paid too every time her or his art is being used. So I get it. But I always paint to music. Rarely is it quiet. I'm not anywhere near finished, but the canvas is completely covered on the front side. I'm gonna do this sky 100 times before I'm happy with it. So whatever's happening now is most likely temporary, because that's just often what happens when I make sky. Takes a little while, so I need to add more gray. Although, who says I gotta make the sky just like the sky in the reference photo? Not the most beautiful sky I've ever seen. Maybe I'll take a little artistic license. People think paint is so unforgiving. Watch it forgive me. The only reason why I have to scrape this at all is because I have some impazzo in here. And I don't want it leaving shapes of something that's not going to be staying. Just thought I'd add a little more white over here, since I'm going to be painting over it anyway. It's too much. So yeah, it's going to forgive me. I got a paper towel and a little water. My headphone cord, it's got paint on it. Another use for paper towels. Watch how it forgives me. There you go. So, my sky actually looks a lot more like the reference photo right now. Hey, good evening and welcome. We're live again, and I am just about finished with my painting, and I put it with the live video stream of where we were that day so that you can see the movement of the water, because my painting is based more on the video than on the reference photo, because I love the movement of the water. That's what I tried to capture. Up in the upper corner over right here, that is the Google image of where we were and exactly where we were standing and exactly where we photographed. So anyway, it's just kind of a cute, geeky, interesting thing. So to my painting, I'm almost ready to sign it, I think. What I've done here is added more texture to the rock, and I did that by using this product right here. It is golden which one is it? Aha! Golden coarse pumice gel. And so I mixed that with my paint color and got the texture on the rock that I wanted to have. And I used a regular gel, semi-gloss, for the waves and the water splashes. So there's some reflection there because it is semi-gloss. I think I'm ready to sign it. So that's always a really exciting part for me. I wait till I'm finished. While you weren't watching, I went ahead and painted the tops and sides and bottom. I just have to catch that bottom part that was sitting on my little can there. But it's done. And it is available for $100 plus shipping and handling if you are interested. So I'll bring that over here and show it here. So there you go, my Cancun vacation favorite spot painted and shared with you. Have a great night, folks.